Okay, so I'm going to stay with kidney 11. Now this hand, I'm working through these intercostals. This morning I said these are the spirit points. They all have names for that. I like to use both points on either side at the same time. Some people prefer just to do one. I'm going to leave that up to you. You might want to start with just holding one. We're going to start with kidney 24, which technically is in the third intercostal point.
Gail, just a clarification. It says right hand on kidney 11, left hand does these.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I guess I did it the other way. That's interesting. I guess you would be, you could do it this way, or if you want, just flip them.
Okay.
Yeah, but thanks for pointing that out. I didn't notice that.
But from your perspective, it's not really a difference as long as that local plane is being held while you're working it.
Yeah. The main thing about this right hand, left hand deal is you don't want your hands to be crossed. So if you're like doing something like this, where you think, that feels kind of weird, then just switch. You know, let it be comfortable for you. That's the right way to go. Your hands shouldn't be crossed. So this is a little bit, I mean, you could do it this way, my hands aren't crossed, but it's more comfortable for me to just come like this. So. Okay, so these intercostal points, I guess I should talk about this a little bit. So when the clavicle meets the sternum here, this is the end of the kidney meridian on the surface. Kidney 26 and 27, they're really close together. If you go down each intercostal from there, you're coming down one of the points. So we're going to say kidney 26, kidney 25 in the second intercostal, kidney 24 in the third intercostal, and I didn't include this, but it's in the picture, kidney 23 in this fourth intercostal, which is level with what we refer to as the heart space.
Gail, these points, along with being in between the intercostals, they're just immediately lateral of the sternum?
Yeah, thank you. Just lateral to the sternum, between the intercostals. So if these are ribs, and this is the sternum, the points are in here. So here's the rib. Yeah, so you're in a muscle, in a space there.
So, Gail, I kind of, whenever I do chest work, I try to kind of get like as far in as I can while still in a soft space. Is that kind of the right? Okay.
Yeah, because then you're working those intercostals, opening that up, and it can open the breath more. Yeah. Okay. So back to kidney 11. Let's just do one point here at a time. So we're just going to start with an intercostal. Don't worry about the numbers so much. Just start about halfway down and move up one rib space at a time. And it works, okay? Sometimes the clavicle and that first rib are really close together. And you may feel like, well, I can't quite get between them. It feels sort of like bone, but that's okay. You'll notice that there's an energy place there, and you'll find maybe a smaller depression, but it'll be there and it'll start to pulse. The reason I like to do both at the same time is it, I don't know, it just gives kind of a sense of different kind of connection there.
It's like it's easier to process when people do both sides versus one side. Just right there.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier, for that integration to happen with both sides.
But here you were only doing the K11, you were just doing it one side.
Kidney 11 on one side, although honestly I often do both like this, all the way up. Yeah, since you're all body workers, you'll kind of get a feel for it because you're used to touching the body, and just go with what's comfortable for you in that way. So that's the end of this pattern, and then afterwards you would typically do a neck and shoulder release. So that neck and shoulder release is added on to every release pattern in Jin Shin Do. And that way you're always guiding the energy back down into the central vessel and creating balance and stability and grounding in the person before they